Okay, so we're going to make a pendulum sprite to start off with. It's going to be 512 pixels high, and it's going to be 128 wide. So we've got a long, thin sprite. I'm going to just basically get back onto the rectangular marquee select and have a long section of the pendulum here. I'll just make it a nice green color. I'm going to fill that in, and then the pendulum bit at the bottom I'm going to make roughly a circular shape there like that. So I've got a pendulum shape. I'm going to save that out as PNG again. Like so. So go back into Unity, and there's our pendulum right there. Let's get rid of our ball we did previously, and I'm going to add our pendulum sprite to the scene. Now what I've got to do first off is I've got to change the pivot position on the pendulum. So we do that by going into the actual sprites inspector settings tab, and we go into the sprite editor, and we can then go and change the position of the pivot to wherever we want it to be. So I'm going to drag it. What I want is to put it there at the end, where the natural place where a pivot would be on a pendulum. Click apply to apply those changes, and I can close those down. You see now that our pivot point is right there at the end. So if I rotate it, it rotates like a pivot would, like a pendulum would, with the correct pivot point. Right, so now I'm going to animate this. I'm going to first off add an animation tab, and then I'm going to get the actual animation tab up and start creating a animation. Swing, and I'm going to add a property. It's going to be a transform again. It's going to be a rotation transform, and basically what I want it to do is to swing backwards and forwards until it stops. So starting position is going to be there, and I think I'm going to then I'm going to put it into the recording mode. First frame is there. I'll delete those frames at the end. First frames are there. So after a second, it swings back to the opposite side. I'm just going to expand those so I can see all of the rotation in Z that's happening. So first off, it goes over to the side there like that. Say another second on, it's going to swing back, but not as much. Back, forth, and another second on, it's going to swing back, not quite so much, and another second on, it's going to swing back a little less, another second on, a little bit, till at about 6 seconds it comes to a perfectly straight down thing like that. So if you play the animation, it should swing a little bit less each time until it comes to a stop. Now alternatively, you could have done this with the curve editor on. You could have isolated the rotation in Z or framed it, something like that, and you can see the animation in a more visual form there as it slowly comes to a stop there like that.